Hello there and welcome back to part 2 of this video. I decided that I'd do 2 parts to this because it's going to be quite a long one. So, the first one will probably be up on the channel already, I hope. And so, I think it would be best if I just carry on from where I left off. So, I left off with the fact that Tony died, and then after that they have the big funeral, and then everyone's there, including like Nick Fury, the kid from Iron Man 3, he's all grown up. You have literally everybody, and then at the end, Captain America goes off to put the stones back, and he comes back an old man, and Bucky and Falcon are confused as to why he's so old, and he says because he decided he was going to have a life that people have been talking about, and then the final scene is of him and Agent Carter dancing in a small room in a house in the 40s, which means that he went back and he stayed there and he grew old with her. And it's a really touching moment, and that's a brilliant end to the film. And to the, not Skywalker Saga, that's Star Wars. The Infinity Saga. Oh well, I get confused. Right, that is the plot. Surprising how long the plot is. So, the directors of the film were Joe Russo and Anthony Russo, who, as I've said before, did Infinity War, this, Winter Soldier, and Civil War. And they did a really good job here, I think. Like, people were like, oh, well, they were able to do both as good as each other, and I think they did, but they surpassed it with this one. Kevin Feige produced this, as he does with most of the other Marvel films, which is alright by me. The box office for this film is $2.798 billion, meaning it was the highest grossing film of all time. Because it eventually beat, I remember the day it beat Titanic, they kind of did like a joke thing where like it was the Avengers A was like moving across the screen, and then there was like the iceberg here for like representing Titanic, and then it was the A sinking the iceberg, which was quite funny. And then Avengers eventually beat Avatar, which originally was the highest grossing film of all time, to become the highest grossing film of all time. I've said that too many times now. But the budget for this was like $356 million, which proves how much it surpassed its original like confines of what it was going to be. The awards for this film. It was nominated for one Oscar. And as I said in my other one where I said that Thanos deserved an Oscar for the first one, Thanos was less good in this, but I think he's still good. But I think Tony Robert Downey Jr. deserved an Oscar for this. And it was nominated for visual effects. It was also nominated for 3 Critics' Choice Awards, and it won 2 of them. And then it was nominated for Best Visuals at the BAFTAs. And I thought that was quite. I'm surprised that it was only nominated for all those things. It probably won other things, but like they're the main like 3 big like awards things that you tend to have in a year. And so you have the hype for this film. Now, I was really hyped for this film because it's a Marvel film. It was the final Avengers Marvel film, and if I told you that I cried, I think that kind of proves something. So yeah, it was very emotional. It was everything that I wanted from the film. I didn't want it to be any other way, and it wasn't. So I was fine. And the experience was great because it was packed. That allowed it to be much more like cohesive experience. And it was on like the big screen, and it was like ooh. And I believe we watched it twice in the cinema, or did we just watch? I don't know if we watched Endgame twice in the cinema. I think we did. I think we watched it again at some other point. Yeah. And I've watched it quite a few times after that. Of the deaths, as I've said before, they killed off old Nebula, which makes no sense timeline-wise, but oh well. Iron Man, Black Widow, Thanos, and Gamora comes back, but it's old Gamora, so 2014 Gamora, and that's going to lead into Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Which will also have Thor in it, because Thor kind of is doing his own thing. Yeah, like there wasn't many deaths really. Like the main thing is comebacks. So like you had like Doctor Strange come back, Scarlet Witch, everybody, and the only one who didn't really come back was Vision because he's still dead. But I mean, WandaVision is coming out, and in the trailer for that, they believe they're still alive, and one of the people says, "Oh, but Vision, you died," and then he realizes, and I assume it's about him coming to terms with the fact that he's dead, and that this perfect world is created by Scarlet Witch as some sort of mental health kind of like dealing. It's like the confines of which she can deal with her mental health because of she's lost her boyfriend slash husband. I don't know if they ever got married, and I assume it'll lead into the House of the M storyline because this is supposed to be how it starts, and maybe that's how Doctor Strange 2 ends, with her going a bit mad and she's the villain. That'll be fun. So I'm going to wrap up this because it's going to be hard splitting up these two videos. This film is amazing. I mean, it's on all the time now on like Sky Cinema, like movies and stuff. So if you need to watch this, I'd recommend it because it's amazing. And the next film that I will be reviewing is a small little Disney film. Not many people might have heard of it, I'm not sure. It's Toy Story 4, because I went to see that then. And this is about like a while after it came out. I'm sure it came out in like early 2019, but I saw it later. Anyway, that is all for now. Thank you for watching, and if you like this, not many people will do, but I mean, might as well. There are other stuff on here, but I don't recommend it unless you like movies, like most of the stuff on this channel, because this channel will probably remain a movie review channel. I may do games at some point. Also, if you'd like to see me in a podcast style, thing, go over to Stanky Lad's channel, where the first podcast for what we were doing has been uploaded, and I think you will enjoy that. So thank you very much, and goodbye.